What is going on, guys? Sid here with another installment of Spooky Season Special Spooky Warmups. And guys, in today's episode, we are trying out Splatterhouse. Guys, this game came out in 1988, right? And it's a beat-em-up arcade style game. Came out, it was published by Namco, developed and published by Namco. Guys, it's one of these games that spawned a whole series, right? And I knew nothing about it, right? Like, I knew about it, like, it came out in 1988. I was literally born in 87. So, it's like one of those things where, kind of flew under the radar for me, right? There are a lot of popular games that I played, a lot of like low-key like 70s and 80s games, because I did come from like a nerdy family background to an extent, right? We did have like a hyper nerdy side, and we had all of the consoles. Guys, if you are new to this channel, I kind of explained this in all of the other series that we've got going on, right? Like all the Spooky Season Special Spooky Warmups, Spooky Season Specials, and the 5-minute boss battle series, right? I kind of explained this to you guys, right? Like, we're pretty much touching base with all of the nostalgia-esque games that I grew up on and that I ended up learning about like shortly after I grew up, right? So yeah, this however was like one of those games that, you know, I knew nothing about, right? Obviously, it's got a whole bunch of hints to Friday the 13th, right? And yeah, that was like a staple in this house, right? Because we are a horror family. Like if you guys are new to the channel, like I explain this all the time, right? Like that's like the genre in this house that everyone it's like the go-to, right? So aside from my mom, right, she's huge on comedies and stuff like that, but my father, you know, he just like he's like the horror buff in the house, right? So we have to go through all of the classics, right? And guys, yeah, definitely a little homage to Friday the 13th. But guys, yeah, it spawned a whole series, right? It's got a huge underground following, right? And this is the first time I actually, you know, took a go at like the original arcade classic, right? And it's actually really hard, right? The tempo is set really high, right? And this little neat trick right here, right? You just go in the corner and you just take out the enemies. But guys, this stage was like giving me a whole bunch of trouble, right? From what I understand, right? Because I had to like do my research on the game, right? You know, just a little bit of research here and there. But from what I understand, right? It's a pretty short game, but it's like short and intense, right? And it follows this couple, right? And let me see if I can pull that up, right? So you're controlling a character named Rick, a parapsychology college major who is trapped inside West Mansion, right? So I'm reading off of Wikipedia right now, believe it or not, right? So he's resurrected by the terror mask. That's what this mask is called, right? So it does differ from Friday the 13th, right? So there's some lore behind the mask, right? And I guess the Splatterhouse buffs can jump in, right, and give me all the lore and all the back, you know, like the backstory behind the mask, right? But apparently the mask literally has its own intentions, right? It's gonna take the host body, right, and really just has his own like apparently like the terror mask has his own like ambitions, right, in the realm that we are in, right? But guys, we're getting a little too deep for like this like little short 10-minute video, guys. This is like I put down the FIFA, I hit Division 1, and I figured, you know what, the level up promo is kind of like destroying me, right? It's such an annoying promo. It's probably the worst promo in FIFA 23 so far, right? And I was like, okay, what better time than, you know, the season's ending, I'm not gonna hit elite in time, right? It was a busy weekend, weddings, and, you know, like just hospitals and weddings. That was like literally my week, right? And by the time I just started jumping back into FIFA, my headspace is like, no, I don't want to, you know, it feels like a chore, right? And when you're playing games and it starts feeling like a chore, no, that's not the vibes you want. That's not the vibes you want. You want good times, you want good vibes, and you want to just chill, right? And we're not really chilling in this game, because this game is just, you know, like, this game is just intense, right? Like any arcade game from the 80s, from the 90s, right? Early 90s, right? Even the 70s, right? They're built for one thing. I say this in all my videos. They're built for one thing and one thing alone. They're built to steal your freaking coins, right? That's it, right? And I actually really love this game, right? The aesthetics of this game, right? It really does, you know, like it's like second nature to me, right? Like, because this is like in my house, like it's all we watch, just horror, just like brutalize the horror genre, right? But obviously the first game, it literally looks like we're using Jason, but it's not, right? It's not Jason, right? It's a completely different character that looks like Jason, has a hockey-esque mask, right? And the whole universe seems, you know, like eerily similar, right? But guys, this is the furthest I got, right? I'm just like this level with all of the like moving objects, right? All that poltergeist activity, right? That's literally the furthest I've gotten so far, right? This is like probably like my third or fourth go of the day, and you know, what better video to drop to you guys than a brand new, you know, fresh take, at least for me, right? Fresh take on the channel, right? Something to, you know, once again, just break up the freaking monotony, right? Because FIFA 24/7 can just be, you know, like, yeah, for years, you just, you know, like, if you're playing, like, one style game for years on end, it's just like, oh my god, you know, like, it's just chores, just, like, so hyper chore-y, right? And I don't like that feeling, right? You gotta break it up. You gotta play some different games. And right there, guys, I got dragged underneath the boards, guys, and then I hit this stage right here, this water stage, and this water stage is insane, right? And we're dodging the landmines, right? And the hit detection right now, right, in this stage, right, with these enemies, it's kind of like, you know, like you gotta get super close to them. But guys, if I'm making this look easy, trust me, I'm struggling. I'm struggling in every level. The tempo is really high, and the dead giveaway in terms of like the tempo is the music, right? So guys, if you hear the music and the tempo the music is set at, right, that's the tempo you really have to play at, right? But for nights, I just wanna stress this point, right? Because like this is like literally like the first time like I got to like sit down and actually like try out the game and play the game, right? I'm gonna let you guys know something right now. For like 1988 arcade, right, esque graphics, and like gameplay, it's super responsive. Like it is psychotically and ridiculously responsive for a video game from 1988. Usually the hit detection is kind of like wonky in games that look this decent, right? But no, this game is like really cool. Like it's like for the most part, like it's extremely responsive. It's extremely fast. Obviously, it's a port on the you know, ported to the PlayStation 5, which probably is gonna help, right? It's an emulated version of the game, but if it's anything like the original, right, it's super freaking cool, right? Like it's super fast paced, super responsive for the most part, right? And graphics are just, you know, like if I were like playing this as like a 6-year-old, right? Which I probably would I be allowed to play this? Well, I was playing Quake, right? Like I was playing Quake and all Unreals and all those games, Doom and things like that, right? But like this would have probably been like really scary for me, like back in 1988, right? But yeah. So the Terror Mask kind of like really just like zaps this regular college major into a superhuman-esque type anti-hero, I want to say, or not even, right? He's not a villain, not a hero, right? It's just like, you know, like a demon. He's being possessed by a demon or an otherworldly being that, you know, like has its own motives, right? Like I had to do some research on the game, right? Because I have no clue about Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse has not been my forte. Guys, check this boss out. Like literally check this freaking boss out, right? I'm not getting close enough to the boss, but he's doing a number on me, right? And I literally just looked up his name and I just forgot his name, right? So I'm actually gonna find this guy's name, right? Like right now, right? Splatterhouse boss, right? Splatterhouse boss, right? And yeah, he's like one of the first boss. I think his name is like Biggie Man, right? Which is like an absolutely insane name, right? So that's really cool, right? So yeah, this dude was like giving me like a load of like headaches, right? But guys, we're coming at the end of this video. Obviously, I'm no good in this game, but it's a cool breakup. Guys, peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Sid out. Cheers.